I got less than 3 hours sleep today. So started a session yesterday at 6, yesterday being Thursday, and finished. I didn't roll into my bed until after 5 o'clock this morning on the Friday. But I'm grateful for the time that I was able to rest, sleep. But even before that, during the session, in the early hours of this morning, when the session was very gradually, very slowly coming to an end, I was able to do some things that I was able to use the time wisely, let's say, and I did some things, one task in particular that I was going to do this evening, but I've now done it. So yeah, I feel good about that. It's a task that I can repeat again, I can do again, but I'm glad I did it the first time. Anyway, I got it done, signed, sealed, and will be delivered in due course. But today is Friday, the 20th of December, 2024, which means it is now 12 days until the new year 2025. And yeah, I just want to share that that I am having a pause kind of day. So it'll be a day where I feel like I will feel everything. Meaning that one of the things I wrote down as part of the session, it was a goal setting session last night stroke this morning, and one of the things I initially wrote down to be more present in each and every moment and appreciate the experiences. And then I slightly reworded it to optimize each and every moment, each and every present moment, and appreciate the experiences. And so even though I feel like, or I've learned that may be more of a habit, and so therefore it's not necessarily a goal of how I would approach 2025 compared to the other two, that they're a bit more tangible, a bit more concrete as goals, not quite habits, because then the habits will support the goal. What I want to do is focus on that one that I did write down, thinking it was a goal initially, but eventually learning that it is more of a habit, and that's the one I want to embed today. Because some of the lessons that I wrote down of what 2024 has taught me is time with loved ones is priceless. I've had occasions this year where I've needed to go home to Birmingham straight away, or as soon as possible. And I haven't thought about the price of the train ticket or, getting to the station and what the return's like. I didn't overthink those things. I didn't think about how I was going to get to Birmingham, like, per se. There was one occasion where I was like, okay, if you plan this, then that can still happen. So on one occasion, I needed to get to Birmingham, but I approached my mom to come to Manchester for a visit, and then I could travel back down with her. So then I only needed to pay a one-way ticket to return from Birmingham to Manchester. And I also got a day out in Manchester with my mom because of that. So yeah, time with loved ones, because my cat's health has been up and down this year. He's had a couple of scares, and the biggest one was early this year. I think it was May, and I was just like, okay, I'm coming. usually I travel to Birmingham when I have meetings and things. And then on occasion, I will travel purely for a personal visit. Um, and But I usually know in advance. I can plan it a bit more, and But on that occasion, it was like, got a call, needed to be there within 48 hours. That happened. I think it was May. And so that was one lesson. Time with loved ones is priceless. You can't put a price on it. You really cannot. That's why every time my mum calls me, I love sitting on the phone with her, talking to her, video call where possible, and my grandparents, and my daily interactions with my brother, and why sitting on the sofa with my sister. Like I just feel like I'm overflowing with love in moments like that, as simple as it is. The fact that my cousin came up to Manchester this year, and I've seen friends and I've had quality time with them. Quality time is just something I care so much about. And sorry, I haven't really been holding this correctly. The second lesson I wrote down that this year taught me is, anything I believe I can do, I will do. Anything I believe I can do, I will do. It has been reinforced to me that my mind and my tongue is extremely powerful, because when I reflect over my life, things that I thought and things that I said have come into being in either ways that I explicitly mentioned them, or communicated them, or expressed them, or felt them, or in some way, shape or form, or they're in the process of happening. And so that's why I'm very careful with the words that I speak, and intentional and conscious about my internal dialogue. And that's why I decided to work more on activating my subconscious, consciously activating my subconscious, so that my subconscious is wired the way that serves my conscious, if that makes sense. And the third thing I wrote down is, love, like water, flows abundantly. Love, like water, flows abundantly. And the reason why that was a lesson for me today is because I talk a lot about the power of water in my life, drinking it. Part of it is connected to the fact that I learned many years ago, or I understood more many years ago, what it really means to have kidney failure, and on top of that, double kidney failure, because your kidneys clean the body of toxins, impurities. That's why it produces urine. And I have a family member who has lived more than 20 years without either of or both of their kidneys working. So that's one of the reasons why water is so important to me. But then also the release of resentment that I've done in the past few weeks, and letting go those letters of resentment in flowing water in a river, because the person who I was letting go of in terms of resentment is still alive. So the homework instruction was to let it go in water, and so water flows. And then the letters of love that you then write once you've let go or cleansed, release yourself from resentment, pain, anger, frustration, confusion, disappointment, all of those things. So so today is about really starting that habit of being more present and optimizing each and every present moment and appreciating what I experience, the experience I have, being more attuned to my senses, what I see, what I hear, what I feel, what I taste, what I touch, what I smell. Yeah. Well, I hope that served you in some way. And I appreciate everyone who's watching these, whenever you're watching them. I'm still learning to look here versus, look here versus look there, so yeah. But yeah, we're going into the last weekend before Christmas really begins, the penultimate weekend of the year. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. But yeah, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'll see you in the next video.